Welcome to Ellis B. Feaster's Radio Aircheck and Classic TV channel.
So Lupica's got a column about Federer being the greatest of all time.
Well, who said that?
Lupica.
Well, he's right. I mean, I can't stand Lupica, but he's right on this one.
Why don't you like Lupica?
Why don't I like Lupica?
Don't get him started.
Oh, no. Why don't I like Hitler?
Be right back.
Well, no.
Man, no.
Oh, God.
Happy Monday.
I'm thinking about making up with Lupica.
Oh, God, no. Please don't do that.
He's a Morning
Please.
Joe guy.
No.
Why?
Why? He sits next to people every single day who will be happy if you died.
That's right.
Really?
Yes. From Joe Scarborough to Harold Ford, who may get back on that show, by the way, to Mike Barnacle, to Mika. These people despise you. They hate you.
They do?
Yes, and he sits with them and laughs and revels. And
Well, I saved Mike Barnacle's career.
Right, well, how'd that go for you now?
I mean, he hates me?
You help Mike Lupica, too. He don't care about you.
Really?
He's yucking up every day with Joe Scarborough, who hates you.
Really?
Yes, Bernard told me.
I thought everybody liked me.
Wait a second.
T-Money says to me, he said, "Boss, you retiring?" I said, "No, T-Money, I'm not. I'm stopping doing Imus in the morning." And he said, "When did you start doing it?" I said, "June 1st, 1968. And I'm going to stop doing it March 29th, 2018. And then I'm going to do something else." But so he was sad for a minute, but he's not sad now. So well, then he ate another ham. 9 buckets of chicken. So 18 boxes of donuts for breakfast.
Sampras did, in fact, win 14. Nadal has won 16, but Federer's on top with 20. It was the 6th time he won Australia. He's won that 2 years in a row, and, of course, he's won Wimbledon a record 8 times. So he's at 20, and Nadal's at 16.
He started crying, didn't he, Federer?
Yes.
Why?
Come on.
Because he hit 20. It's a big deal. He's the winningest guy of all time.
Wasn't he the winningest guy of all time at 19?
Yeah, well, that's a very good point. Yes. But 20 is a big number, It's like the first time you make $1 million. Remember that time? Sure, you cried.
No, I did not.
You didn't cry.
No.
You remember the first time you made $1 million?
Yes, I do.
You remember the first time you saw a check with 6 zeros and the name Imus attached to the check?
Right.
I got one time for $3 million.
A check.
Yeah.
So you walk into the bank with
I
a
don't go
3.
to the bank.
You didn't go to the bank.
No. I haven't been to a bank in
What, are you kidding me?
25 years.
What? You got direct deposit in the 1980s?
No.
No, God.
The people went to the bank.
Brant.
No, Brad didn't go to the bank. Oh, my God.
I can't sign a check, sir.
I've got some bad news.
I don't have a suitcase.
That check you gave me, you're going bankrupt, Mr. Imus.
And you know, one time
I think Freddie took it.
when I went to, I always sign all my own checks. And I have since the Andrews brothers have handled my finances for over 40 years. And I've always signed my own checks and continue to do so. Either I signed them or did, one of us. But I've signed my own checks forever. I've never had anybody else sign them. And the reason I don't is because I don't trust anybody else. Anyway, so when I went to rehab in 1987, I had a batch of checks, and they sent them to NBC, and I think the woman who was working for me then, Elin, do you remember her, Bernie?
Yes, I do.
Okay, very nice woman.
Yeah, lovely.
She was going to send them to me for me to sign them and then send them back to whatever. But Brant was there. I was talking to Elin, and he says, "Well, I have a friend of mine who's going to Florida. Why not I just give them to him, and he can drop them off with the I-Man at the rehab place, which was what was the name of the
Hazelton.
Hazelton, yes.
Yeah. Well, We haven't seen those checks to this day. I have no idea where they went.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
No, my name is Imus.
Well, there was nothing nobody could do with them.
Right.
It's just whoever he gave them to never just, the hell with it.
Probably gave it to Freddie Mercury for all that coke he had in the back of the limo.
I love Florida.
So that was what happened there.
You got to bring him on. Sometime the next 2 months, you got to bring him on.
I don't,
Bring her on.
Brent.
I don't remember a check.
Well, Brent's not happy with me.
Oh, he's not.
No, because he's asking me for money.
Oh God. Another one.
Oh.
Jeez.
I mean, is the West Side Highway not a nice place to live? You got company?
Nice
Some
view.
campfires?
Nice view.
So I won't give him any money, so,
That's it.
yeah.
Oh, it's disappointing.
Well, I gave him a lot of money.
Of course.
Over the years, oh my God.
I'll feed your horses.
You want me to do what, sir?
So, anyway, I'm watching the Eagles. I like that. I like them all. Glenn Fry, of course, the hospital killed him.
Yeah.
His wife is suing him, and she should.
It's at Mount Sinai here in New
Yeah,
York.
because Glenn wasn't supposed to die, you know. He was great. Funny guy. And I love Henley. Henley's complicated. And, you know, he's a little, I don't know what came. I don't know. He's fine.
And Walsh.
Intense.
I love Joe Walsh.
Yeah.
You know who loves Joe Walsh? Stevie Nicks.
How much?
In that
She
way?
wanted to marry him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Did him?
That was the love of her life, Joe Walsh.
Really?
I think it still is. I mean, Joe was married and all that, but he and Stevie had a big thing going on.
I like Stevie. Yeah, I like her. Yeah.
OPP, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Leave it alone.
Joe talks funny, but he's not dumb at all.
No.
No, I'm not dumb.
And he's a great, well, we know what kind of a guitar player he
You
is.
give me that Gibson. I write you a song.
You know, the guy I feel sorry for in that whole thing is Don Felder.
Why?
Sure.
Well, I don't know. He's just misguided. He wanted to sing on a couple of Eagles songs, you know. And Glenn tried to explain to him that there wasn't anybody going to sing. And Glenn said, you may notice I don't sing as much anymore because if you've got Don Henley, there's no reason for anybody to sing other than Don. But Don Felder couldn't see it that way. And then they got back together in '94, you know, and Glenn and Don said, look, we're going to make the most money in this deal. We do everything. We sing everything. We write everything. We're going to make the most money. Not Timothy B. Schmidt or Joe Walsh or Don Felder. So I was fine with the Timothy B. Schmidt and Don Felder and Joe, but it wasn't fine with Don Felder, and as a result, he's on the group. But he did an interview for this. Do you guys care about this at all?
A little bit.
Too deep in there.
Yes. Yes. Of course. I think Felder did sing "Love Will Keep Us Alive," right? Was that him
I don't know.
with the high voice?
One of those guys.
He did one on the
Well,
greatest
no,
hits
the high
album.
voice was Bernie Leadon, or whatever his name was, or Timothy B. Schmidt.
Oh, it must have been Schmidt on the greatest hits.
Yeah, I don't think Don sang anything.
But why'd you feel so bad for him? Like,
Schmidt was
Well,
good.
because he did the interview and part 2 of the Eagles thing, and at the end he just started almost crying. He said he just got up and walked out.
Right.
About what?
Well, because he's not in the group anymore.
Wow, he made millions of dollars. He did fine.
Jeez, you're on stage.
God.
Chill.
F him.
I remember one time Fox and Fiends had him on. How lame they are. Oh my God. We were there at the time. They had Don Felder on, and he wrote the guitar lick for Hotel California.
Oh, that's a big deal.
But we didn't write anything else. I mean, Don Henley wrote the song, he and Glenn, But he wrote that lick, and that's a pretty good lick. So he gets hang on. So he gets writer's credit for it. He wanted to sing it.
No, he can't do that. That's correct.
Fox and Fiends put him on and let him sing it. That's why they're just terrible. They're the worst show ever, and they still are.
No, the worst show ever?
Yeah.
Worse than Joy Reid, AM Joy?
Worse than Morning Joe?
Morning Joe?
Bad.
No, they're not. You're right.
Don, give me some lemons?